What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Say It Out Loud Sports. I'm your host, Pat Graham, and we are going to talk return of the NBA. I got my guy David with me.
What up?
And another newcomer for the show, Stenson.
Hey.
So NBA's coming back, and they're not back officially. We got about a month, almost 2 months to wait. July 31st is their tentative start or their start date. So we'll see how, the leading up to that, what goes on with how they're going to adjust the location, the crowd noise, and all that stuff. The format, we're going to start with we'll start with the format, and then we'll talk about layoffs, what the layoffs going to do to certain teams, how teams will approach they're playing an 8-game schedule, how teams will approach that. Then we'll talk about the home court advantage stuff, and then we'll get to the odds and who we like to cut down the net. Well, they don't cut down the nets, do they? That's only in college?
It's college, yeah.
Well, they should do it this year.
Bring it back.
So let's get in the format first. So they invited 22 teams, 13 from the West, 9 from the East, and they're going to play 8 regular season games. And then if the 8 and 9 seed are separated by 4 games or less, then they do like a double elimination matchup. So they got 9 teams from the East. Washington's the 9 seed. Orlando and Brooklyn both are 6 games. They're 6 games ahead of Washington, which they have to make up 2 games in 8 games, and it depends on the schedule is going to have a lot to do with that. I don't think they haven't released who the teams are playing.
Yeah, if they're doing win percentage, and Brooklyn's ahead just by Orlando has 1 extra loss, even though they have the same number of wins. So
that's true. They're going by win percentage and not necessarily the record because some teams have played less games. But the crazy thing is that it's going to be interesting to see how the NBA comes up with how they're going to determine the 8-game schedule.
Yeah, they said that.
No, not who exactly they're playing. Like if Washington's playing the Lakers, Clippers, Denver, like say they play the top 6 teams, I'm guessing that would be it's all going to be interesting. So
yeah,
I might have to do another show when that comes out. But
it's East is playing Western teams. It's not just East versus only
the initial 8 team.
Yeah,
they haven't announced that. I'm assuming it's 8. The first 8 is whoever, but they only have 9 Eastern Conference teams. So I think Washington's. Does anybody think Washington's going to make up ground to cover that thing? I think they kept him in there just because John Wall's returning and people are excited. I don't know why.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know how they came up with the 6 games back. You're still in it, but
yeah, it makes no sense. I know it's a shortened season, but I think obviously they're trying to make up some revenue probably to TV. It's going to be on TV, so they get an extra. They're hoping some teams are within 4 games. They get an extra 2 games at least.
Yeah,
who knows? But the standings. Obviously Milwaukee, Toronto, Boston, Miami, Indiana, Philly, Brooklyn, Orlando, Washington. Milwaukee's 7 games up on Toronto. Do you think Milwaukee would rest players because they're 7 games up? There's only 8-game season, so.
No, I think normally they would, but since they've been off for so long, they want to get back. Like basketball is all about chemistry, timing. You can't just come back out of nowhere and have that. So I think they'll play everybody.
Right. Durant came out and said he's not playing.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
but he hasn't played at all anyway, so
it's not like he would help
them news, right?
Get that 8th spot anyways.
Well, it'd be interesting they should have put Golden State in here and seen if they went on a run. Is Clay back?
They're not going to come back.
I saw him doing shots. Curry's back. Draymond might be getting triple doubles again instead of triple singles.
He messed me up in that 2K tournament we had.
Oh, talking about that, since we're on that topic, I forgot to cover that. I know people hate that. So Pete swept the tournament. Kobe went bananas. I made $100 on a side bet. That was fun.
Yeah, I couldn't top him that first round. His team was pretty deep.
2K's a different animal.
Yeah.
Stockton tried to take over the game.
Yeah, that's not right.
And then I streamed the last game on Instagram 2 nights ago between Bob and Pete, and Russell Westbrook shot him out of the game. He was hoisting.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
he was
that's real life. 2K is pretty accurate.
2 for 16 or something, just hoisting threes.
Why is he even taking all the shots? You can choose anybody ever in the history of the NBA, and Russell Westbrook's taking all your shots.
He took them early.
He did. No, it was 20-8 at the beginning, and then Westbrook, like Bob's team was winning, and then Westbrook came in the game off the bench and just shot him out of the game. Pete was losing his mind. He'd say he's shooting him out of the game right now.
What was the series?
Sweep. He didn't.
2-0.
2-0. Pete just demolished everybody.
Yeah.
He was up by 30 at one point in that game after being down 11 early. And then LeBron came back. Pete was freaking out because LeBron scored like 12 in a row, and he's like, this isn't real. LeBron was hitting fadeaways, all sorts of stuff. And then Kobe came in and hit a couple. Oscar Robinson scored like 30 that game. He was and Westbrook couldn't guard Oscar Robinson. That fool was going by him and making layups and dunking as well.
Yeah, he had a stacked team.
So what?
Talking
what,
about video games.
what was the what was the end result? So what we say? Old school beats new generation.
He had the new.
He had a good mix.
He had Kobe. His main lineup was Kobe, Oscar Robertson, Kawhi,
Kobe, or you said
Kobe, Oscar,
David
Kawhi.
Robinson.
No, main one was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I think. Or he had Kareem, and then I forgot who was powerful.
He had another
But
good
Scottie
big, too.
Pippen was just. Oh, I think it might have been Hakeem Olajuwon. So he had two giant guys down low,
Yeah.
two lockdown defenders. I don't even know. And Oscar Robertson was making Robertson. I keep saying
Like
Robertson.
20 dimes a game.
Yeah, it was wild. So we'll have to do that again with, I don't know, we'll try it down the line. But back to the regular NBA. So with the East, do you guys see who do you like in the East? Is it a foregone conclusion Milwaukee's in there? That's what everybody seems to think.
In the finals?
Yeah, just running through them.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I had to agree with Stinson. I could see them getting upset. I mean, based off last year, there's one person on that team that you have to be worried about. If you can find a system to stop that one person, you have a really good chance of winning the game.
I disagree with that point. I could see him losing, but if you stop Giannis, you got Middleton. Well, he's underrated.
whoop.
He's underrated for sure. He's an all-star. He can shoot.
Yeah, okay.
Eric Bledsoe? No one like Eric Bledsoe?
He's a good
Am I
six-man.
reaching already?
I feel like you're reaching, but that's
He's
fine.
not bad.
Dante DiVincenzo? He's got a big game
man.
experience.
Okay, Villanova.
Is Ilyasova still in there?
No, they're like.
I mean, there's a
good-
reason they're 53-12. We can't discount. I mean,
They're
they're
playing the East.
That's gonna be the argument forever.
That's always the
No,
argument.
but there's teams
There's
that are
good
built
Toronto.
to win regular season, and then there's playoff teams.
Right.
That's like Giannis has some weaknesses, right? With this outside game, he can't
yeah.
shoot, and that got exposed last year by
In the
Kawhi.
playoffs.
If
Yeah.
you have a player like that and he has some weaknesses, you can take those
Team
away.
defense, yeah.
Like, I don't think they're built to win the championship.
Yeah. No, I agree that they're not going to. I just think just call them like a weak team or whatever.
No,
No one
they're
said they're
not
weak.
weak.
I said you have to stop that one player. That's their team. Chris Middleton, what's he average a game? Is he averaging over 25?
Not many people average over 25.
Superstars do.
Yeah, obviously.
Donovan Mitchell.
I don't even think he averages 25.
Well,
Oh,
Google.
Utah. All right, so Milwaukee, obviously. Then you got Toronto's the next seed.
I like that.
I think they had a great. I mean, for coming off losing Kawhi, and they're sitting at the 2 seed, 46 and 18.
Yeah,
It's pretty
they're a
impressive.
surprise, yeah.
Siakam's a baller. That guy's.
he
came out of
really
nowhere.
showed what he's made of.
And then Kyle Lowry is. I mean, they don't get a lot of TV time. I don't think because of the whole. I think they don't have the superstar in Canada and all that. I don't know if Canada has anything to do with it, but Boston is one of my teams I like. That's just mainly because I love Kemba, and obviously Jason Tatum's a monster. But Kemba, I've wanted him to escape Charlotte forever, and he finally did. So I'm kind of rooting. That's kind of one of my picks. I think.
Yeah,
could make some noise.
he brings like the leadership too.
Yeah.
Kyrie didn't really have that, and then you have a bunch of young guys around him. So
Well,
And
no
then-
one
it's
ever
a good
talks
fit.
about
And-
Jaylen Brown either. He was having a great season before all this happened.
He was having a great career. Did he get hurt or something? I think he might have missed
No,
some time. 'cause-
Gordon Hayward went to the Boston Celtics. That's what happened to him.
But yeah,
he's
they're
back
deep.
though.
They're
They
deep.
have him too.
Yeah,
right now.
that's what I'm saying. It's they're all meshing together now that one person's gone, who
Right.
happens to be on Brooklyn.
They're definitely they have the with Tatum. They should
And they have Taco.
Yeah. Yeah.
Secret
love
love
Taco.
Their team's deep. Oh, I love Taco too.
Taco Taco Tuesday, and then not to mention Brad Stevens is their coach. Man,
Not good for 2K, by the way.
no, but he obviously he's one of the
Yeah.
upper echelon coaches.
Yeah,
so
he's a great coach.
can't count that man. Then you got Miami with Spoelstra with that defense. They're young. I just don't get. They don't have the shooting to me. I may be wrong on this. They don't have the big name shooters except
Hero.
Duncan and Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Kendrick Nunn came out of nowhere.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, he's
I hope he
balling
gets
out.
paid.
Yeah.
I hope he gets paid.
And then you got Jimmy Buckets who
Always-
provide the leadership.
Always a beast. I feel like he's underrated.
Yeah, he's one of the more. Every time you say that, though, everybody's like, "Oh, he's not." People think he's good.
Yeah, they think he's good, but they never put him up there in the top players in the league. He's really
When he was
underrated.
on Chicago, he's talked about a lot.
So is Zach Levine. No one outside of Chicago talks about Zach Levine.
Indiana,
Oladipo's back or no?
He's I don't know. Now probably at full strength now. He came back a couple weeks or before
he's
the
back.
season was
If
suspended. He
he's
was
full
definitely
strength, that team's
They're
going to be
sneaky.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
They're like
sneaky.
the Jazz of the East. Like
Yeah.
you don't expect them
Yeah.
to do anything, but they keep.
They just play fundamental basketball and play their game.
back. Dude, DeMontis Sabonis. Shout out Vince. That is this guy's. Vince is.
Gonzaga.
Oh man, this guy, dude, he gets. I play DraftKings a lot, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I pick him. He gets like 10 rebounds in the first 8 minutes of every game. It's insane. Every missed shot is his.
Who else do they have?
Brogdon. So you got Malcolm
Yeah.
Brogdon, Jeremy Lamb,
They're young.
Miles Turner,
Young team.
Oh, Turner. Yeah.
Sabonis. I was just playing with them the other day.
Still, I think they're overachieving. Like with that roster, you wouldn't think they'd be
And Oladipo is out.
yeah.
So I don't know. They're probably just defense, and they know how to win. And they're also in the East, right? But it's crazy to me that they're ahead of Philadelphia.
I don't find that crazy.
Talent wise, yeah. But
Philadelphia
talent-wise,
went to
yeah.
Game 7 of the Eastern Conference. If Kawhi, that was Game 7, Kawhi hit that shot.
But that goes back to where we talked about stopping that one player. If you can, Simmons, he's a slasher. He's a driver. He can't shoot an outside shot. And if you're a one-dimensional player, you will get exposed by good coaches.
But last year, I'm saying last year they went to Game 7 of the final Eastern Conference
win?
Finals. But they were there.
But did they win?
they were right there.
It's not the point. Who'd they lose? Reddick?
Oh, lost Horford.
They gained Horford. They lost Reddick. They gained Josh Richardson and Horford.
So they got
Yeah.
more athletic.
They got more athletic. Shooting wise, they lost. Richardson can still shoot. Simmons, their defense is
They
good.
still have Tobias Harris.
Embiid was hurt too.
Tobias
Yeah.
Harris is good.
They
have
got
the talent.
Tobias.
Yeah.
They have talent. It's always with them. It's like
They lost-
mentality.
Wasn't-
Embiid only tries when he wants to try.
Right.
It's crazy when he tries. He drops like 35 and
Simmons can't
17.
shoot outside the paint.
Do you remember when he was in college in Kansas, how skinny he was? And then now, look at him. He's just a
Embiid?
monster. Yeah.
You remember Ben Simmons couldn't get to the tournament? LSU.
LSU.
64 teams couldn't lead him there.
Oh.
Anyway, but Philly, they can be sneaky. I think Simmons is great. I saw this thing. What was it? So they did a poll, and it was 4 players. And which one would you take? It was Ben Simmons with Clay, and you add Klay Thompson's jump shot. The Joker.
If you could combine like
You
any
combined
two.
one skill from another player and
Yeah.
put him in. It was Jokic with LeBron's athleticism. I don't even remember the rest. Those only
You
two.
got
There's
to.
4.
You have to.
But
add Curry to
Simmons,
somebody.
Yeah.
Simmons with Clay's
His dribbling.
shooting would be. This is Nate doesn't like dribbles. Simmons with Clay's jumper would be unstoppable. I feel like.
Oh, yeah, hands down. He'd be, I hate to say it, but he'd be like Luka Doncic.
I guess that's that's a good comparison.
Yeah. And that's exactly what he would be. His IQ
But
is
Simmons
great.
probably plays better. I would think Simmons plays better D. Simmons' defense is up there. Like he's all
good?
def. Yeah,
What is he?
he's lengthy. He's
6'10", right?
Yeah, but he's a point. He's guarding like
Yeah.
his length is crazy.
Yeah, you can get chase down blocks all day.
I mean, okay, so he gets triple doubles, he scores, but imagine if he could shoot. They'd have to respect.
They always have locker room issues. Like throughout the whole season, you hear all the stuff coming out.
feel
They
like
hate
that's
the
Embiid.
coach, trying to get the coach.
Trust the
fired.
process,
Embiid's mad
dude.
at
Jimmy
somebody.
Butler did say that too. He said that locker room.
And Butler was in there.
He
Yeah.
said that locker room is.
You're
done.
never going to win if you don't have
No.
that mentality.
They're not wild boys.
All right, then you got Brooklyn. The last 3: Brooklyn, Orlando, and Washington. Brooklyn obviously doesn't have Kyrie or Durant.
They're done. That's why Durant's not
Spencer,
coming back.
they got
If
Dinwiddie
he thought they had any chance
to win
he would come back.
I think Orlando gets in. That's
at
just,
8. I think the top 8. I don't think Washington's there as a spectacle. John Wall said he was going to average.
Yeah,
John
they're-
Wall came out and said he was going to average like 22, 9, and 7.
Yeah.
I'm like, you'd never have done that in your entire career. What do you mean?
Okay.
They need to trade Brad Beal, man. I feel bad for that guy. He dropped.
going to.
He dropped 50 like 6 games in a row. They're 0-6.
Yeah.
He gets to shoot whenever he wants, so that's kind of fun.
It's not a bad environment. And he's getting
But
paid.
if you hate losing, then you don't. I'm gonna want to be.
Well,
there.
if you hate losing, then that's that's not a good team to be on.
All right. So, do you think we see a playoff between the Washington and
No.
cut
I
it?
think East is set.
East is set. Obviously, the seeds are going to change. Milwaukee, because like Indiana and Philly are tied at 5-6. Philly, Boston. I think Philly wants to get that 5 seed for sure. I'd rather play Miami than Boston in the first round.
If you're Philadelphia, you're definitely not wanting to play Boston.
Home court advantage. Obviously, there's no. So everybody's playing in one arena. This is going to be interesting to see because there's no travel.
Right.
There's no
that's
the
true.
layoff. There's no travel. So there's
That
no
was like
crowd
the
noise.
Sixers had the worst record in the NBA on the road or something,
Yeah.
and then they had like the best home record.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see. Like, so the seeding almost doesn't matter because there's no home court advantage. So they're going to funnel 2K noise or whatever is what the rumors are, which is weird. But
So if you're the home team, you get all.
if you score,
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting.
We'll see. It'll be weird to watch. But it's interesting for the seeding because then if you're the 5 and 4, it doesn't matter if you play the 3 or the 1. The top 4 teams, it doesn't matter really. Obviously, you don't want to play Milwaukee, but I feel like the outside of Milwaukee
Are we picking who we think in the East?
in the East, yeah, we can go
Yeah.
through the. So we'll look at the odds too. Without looking at the odds, who do you guys think is like the team to go to the finals in the East?
If I'm going off odds and
No, if you're going off like who you think is going to go.
who I think's going to go
Yeah. If you had to bet one team without any odds, like who would you?
without any odds, I like Boston. I really like Boston, especially if they can. They match up well against Philadelphia, I think personally, and then if, they have a great coach in Brad Stevens, and I feel like they can make a game plan around Giannis and really shut him down. I think they have a great chance to make the finals.
All right, so you got Boston.
I like Boston. So they
You like Boston also?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
my pick. So their only weakness though is inside, which is like Milwaukee's strength. So their big guy is Enes Kanter,
I think
which could be
What about Daniel Tice?
problematic.
Daniel Tice.
And you said Taco.
Yeah,
earlier.
exactly.
Taco. They got to get Taco.
Yeah.
They get Tacos involved. It's a wrap, dude. He's blocking everything.
Yeah, I would take Boston, and that's not even taking into account the odds. What are they? Plus
20-1.
20. Yeah,
That's that's the second favorite. Oh, that's to win the finals, to win the whole finals. I don't know the Eastern Conference, but that's to win the whole
yeah.
thing.
Especially if there's no
So
if there's no road
10,
games.
12.
Yeah,
If there's no road games,
so
they're
it's-
all young guys.
Yeah.
Like that would
Fresh.
help. You would think that would help them
yeah.
more.
And the time off is just going to make them fresher. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So if there was no odds, I would take Milwaukee. I do like Boston, but I think Milwaukee's the team to beat. I don't think no one's stopping them. Good breakdown, huh?
Said that last year too. Okay.
We don't know. It's not on record. As far as odds go, though, obviously Boston's 20-1. If you had to pick any other, obviously you can't pick Boston again, even though they're 21. What's weird is Boston's 20-1 and Toronto's 24-1, and Toronto's ahead of them.
Odds makers know what's up.
They know.
That's pretty good. So the whole Milwaukee's second favorite in the whole thing behind the Lakers. So any other team on there that you guys would, if you were betting,
From the East,
you'd probably bet Boston just because you think they would get out of it. But if there's any other team you think would be, so you got Miami Heat 27-1, Philly
I bet
27-1,
Philly just because of the talent they have.
27-1.
But I learned this today. There's only been 2 teams in the 73 years of NBA with the championships. There's only been 2 teams that weren't a 1, 2, or 3 seed
1, 2, or 3,
interesting.
ever.
so 4 or below.
Yeah.
Wow.
And one of them was like the 95 Rockets with Olajuwon. But they had some injuries and stuff, so they were lower seeded and ended up winning it. Then the other one was like the 69 Celtics or something. But other than that, it's always been a 1, 2, or 3. But if I had to take somebody, I would take the Sixers. Just because of the talent.
Yeah, I would take Boston because my other pick was Milwaukee. I like Boston as like my, I guess, sleeper, even though they're the second favorite. But what do you, Philly for you too?
No, I like
Indiana 100-1.
I like Miami. I like the young teams, and I liked what they were doing before, and they have playoff experience in their coach.
Spoelstra is a beast.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler, he has experience. He can hit the big shots. He can shut down players one-on-one. Miami, I mean, if you want to throw a dart, they're not a bad dart to throw, honestly.
Yeah, them and Philly are both 27-1 on there.
Yeah, I mean, see, they know what's up.
All right. Moving on to the West. So the West is different because you got 13 teams instead of the 9. So you got Memphis, and Memphis, we won't talk about the top 7 yet, but the 8 seed is Memphis. 7 seeds 40-27. They're 8 games up, but the winning percentage might make it a little different. But it seems like a big hill to climb for even Dallas to fall out of. I don't think Dallas is going to fall out of the playoffs.
No.
Because 8 and 9 would, there's no way. So you got the last spot going to Memphis is 8, Portland, the Pelicans, Sacramento, San Antonio, and Phoenix. And I don't necessarily, I guess they must have said if you're 6 games back or whatever, then you're eligible. Because Phoenix at 26 games back, San Antonio 5 games back. It depends on the schedule, I guess. If Portland gets an easy ride, Portland can be a dangerous team. That's whether
No
that
question.
roster with Dame Dame Lillard and all them.
Is Nurkic back?
Yeah,
Should be.
he's back.
And they got Whiteside down low. Like, they're big down
Yeah.
low, and they got the two other guys.
that's
And
the-
Carmelo, $5 Carmelo in that thing.
man.
That's the
That's
potential.
a reason not to pick him.
Oh, he's balling though. He's balling before all this happened.
And then you
On
got
offense.
the Pelicans, Zion. Everybody's saying that they're doing everything they can to get. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pelicans have the easiest schedule going forward.
What are they?
28. They're number
4
10
games
seed.
back,
Yeah,
I think.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I don't think it's a conspiracy. Everybody's posting online that they're trying to get Zion in the playoffs to boost ratings.
He's been sitting at home quarantined. How much is he weighing right now?
He's gonna come back like he ate 325 cheeseburgers,
Looking like Kendrick Perkins, probably.
looking like that Josh Smith guy in UCLA.
Oh,
That would be wild, huh? If he did.
No, they put too much money.
Yeah.
In him. You know the GMs over there every day.
That would be nuts. That'd be funny though. But yeah, the rumor going around is they're trying to get him in the playoffs. If that was the case though, wouldn't they just eliminate the next 3 teams and just do 10?
Can't make it obvious.
Yeah, they got to add Phoenix. They're going to play Phoenix, San Antonio, Sacramento, and Washington twice or something like that.
oh, man.
And that's why they said you only have to be, if you're within 4 games
Yeah.
of the 8 seed, you get a
And right
play
now,
in, and
yeah,
now they're 4 games back.
yeah. So it'd be interesting. Portland has to play the Lakers, the Bucks, and all them to make them fall out. Would be interesting. So that'll be fun when that comes out. So anyway, so I think there's obviously going to be a playoff in the West.
Oh, for
I think
sure.
2 teams. It's going to come down to 2 teams.
Did you see how they're doing the playoff though?
It's double elimination. If
Only for the
9.
under. Yeah, so the 8 just has to win 1, the 9 has to win both 2 games in a row.
Well, it'd be crazy if Memphis just fell out, and then it was like
I think
Portland.
they will. Have you looked at their roster,
They were overperforming.
dude? It is,
Yeah,
their roster
Jaws-
is disgusting.
yeah. It's the start is Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks, Justin Winslow,
Jackson.
Jaren Jackson, and
Jackson.
Jonas Valanciunas. I think that's the starting lineup.
That's like
Jaren Jackson. I like Jackson and Ja, but
he's raw. He's developing. He'll be
just young.
good, but
they're hungry though. You never
Yeah.
know.
yeah, they're hungry.
It's
I
wild.
think they've overperformed so far, but
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
they'll fall out.
I agree.
Either way, it's not a like. Even whoever gets that spot has to play the Lakers in
Yeah.
the first
Big
round. So,
whoop.
oh, here we go.
Yeah, you said Dylan Brooks starting shooting guard, Justice Winslow starting small forward.
Justice Winslow, Dookie.
But yeah, so the West is going to be interesting. Obviously, it's deep. There's some like some teams like OKC. A lot of people thought were going to fall off this year.
Yeah.
Chris Paul's done a great job. He's balled out.
Yeah,
And then you got Schrader. I always love watching Schrader with his little blonde
Yeah.
hairpiece or the tip right there. Full just goes off and he just looks like a wild man. He was so
Shea.
fast. Oh, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Their guards are loaded.
I like him.
You got Aquaman in the middle.
Gallinari
Yeah,
on the
Adams.
outside shooting threes.
Yeah, Gallinari. I always forget about Gallinari.
Yeah, they have a good team. But other than those 5 are legit.
Yeah.
but they're just not deep.
Whatever happened-
Robertson's
Nerlens-
back, right?
I was about to say, whatever.
Nerlens Noel, I think, right? Is
He's
there
there.
like 6th man?
Yeah.
And, other than
They
him,
have Robertson. I think he's coming.
What happened to Andre Roberson?
He couldn't
I
shoot a
haven't seen him
three-pointer,
since.
so he just stayed isolated.
Because they had that was it? It's not Tony Ferguson, right? Is it?
What?
Tony, that's a fighter.
No, who's the
I know what you're
Ferguson guy?
talking about. The guy who dunks.
Is it
on
Tony
everybody.
Ferguson?
They have a who's that? The
Justin Ferguson. Something like that. It's a Ferguson.
It's not Tony.
Definitely. It might be Tony. I don't know.
No, it's not Tony.
Tony Ferguson plays in the
Stop.
NBA. Wonder if it was him. All right, so I don't know why I skipped to OKC, but obviously you got the Lakers, Clippers, Denver, Utah, OKC, Houston, Dallas, and then the rest of them. So the playoff is going to happen. They got to play the Lakers. Do you see any upsets? So the standings are pretty tight though. Lakers are entrenched at 1. I don't think that's changing.
Terrence Ferguson.
Terrence, there he goes. And it was a T. Terrence, Tony, same thing. So Lakers look like they're pretty entrenched at 1. Clippers are a game ahead. Well, winning percentage, yeah. I'm assuming the top 3 are going to hold pretty. Who knows? Assuming is bad. But OKC and Houston have the same record. Dallas is winning percentage. They're three back in the loss column, so they're probably going to hold at 7, I would imagine. But it'd be interesting to see, like, you're a Utah fan. Who
Right.
do you want to play? Houston?
Honestly, I didn't want to have a season this year. If I'm a Utah fan, this would be the best outcome for a Utah fan not having a season.
Blame
Ended now.
We don't have to face getting upset in the first round, which I think this is a likely case against, assuming OKC.
Who do you want to play? Like, from the landscape right now? Because you got right there, you got. I mean, technically, you could jump ahead of Denver even.
if I wanted to play a team,
out of
I'll take
Denver?
Sacramento.
No, Denver. So in the
Dallas, right?
thing, you got Denver or you got OKC, Houston, or Dallas. I think is kind of your choices.
I wouldn't mind, facing Houston.
Just because Westbrook, but you remember he doesn't have to play in Utah.
It's not because of Westbrook. I say that because they lost Clint Capella, who absolutely destroyed the Jazz every year Utah played them, particularly in Utah. Capella, they just could not keep him off the glass. They couldn't stop him. And then that little alley-oop him and Harden had, that Gobert is just not athletic enough to keep up with them. So I'd rather play Houston with a guard that they know they can shut down and Westbrook. And then Harden, Rubio's gone, so you're not worried about him trying to tackle him from the backside. And the biggest problem with Utah is they lost arguably their best scorer in Bojan Bogdanovic. He just went on wrist surgery, I think, a week before they made the announcement of the NBA starting back up. And that's going to be huge for Utah's success because they relied a lot on him to hit big game-winning shots. I think he hit 3 this year, last-second shots to win a game. That was really close. It shouldn't have been close. The chemistry also will come into factor. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert obviously have some issues going on in-house, and I feel like that might trick you.
I was going to ask that.
It might trickle into the locker room and affect other people. The chemistry is just, I feel like it's all messed up right now inside that organization. But if I had to say anybody, I'd want Houston. OKC and Utah have developed a little rivalry, and I don't know if they can. If they can
I feel like the Houston's a good pick just because you don't know what you're going to get. Like
Right.
OKC, it seems like they're bonded well. Like they have good chemistry.
Yeah,
Where Houston can just implode at any time.
that's what we want. That's what you want. In
That's like
basketball.
last
That's
year. The
this-
Jazz beat OKC
OKC.
when they had Westbrook and
George,
George.
Yeah, they just implode.
push off P.
They can overcome talent. They play together.
That goes back to coaching too, and D'Antoni is notorious for
Yeah, we saw that in the 2K too.
not being a good defensive coach.
was not
And
good.
Quinn Snyder's a good coach. Compare him to Brad Stevens a lot. So if I had to say, I'd say Houston.
All right. And then what did you like? You like the Mavs, right? A little bit. You like Luka. Do you want anybody specific? I know
I
you're.
don't think they'll go anywhere, but
No. Do you think they could
like-
pull an upset off?
I like Luka as a player, but they don't have enough around him.
Like if they get up to the 6th seed and they met, do you think they could beat Denver in a series?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think Portland's going to overtake Memphis for the 8 spot, and I don't think the Pelicans will get there either. So I got Portland at 8, and that actually would be like a decent 8-1
Yeah,
against the Lakers, especially have Nurkic back.
Yeah, it's
to help
huge for
them
them.
inside. Like,
It'd be interesting if LeBron goes out. If he loses to an 8 seed,
yeah, well, that was like last game they played was the first game after Kobe died, and they had their home game against Portland.
yeah,
Dame
Lillard dropped like 50. Yeah,
and
hit
beat
and
them.
miss. It was
Yeah.
insane. I always say that.
Lillard's a
It
stud.
was insane.
He's a stud, dude.
That would be a decent 8-1, but I think Portland will get the 8.
Do you
Yeah, I don't
think-
want to see Memphis and LA. I'd rather see
Nobody
Portland.
wants to watch them.
So you guys are Lakers fans. Do you think Portland has a chance?
I do.
To beat them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
I'm not
I
really.
don't
So
think
I'm.
they
I
will,
guess
but they-
I don't know if I'm a Laker
considering
fan.
they're an 8. There's only been a few 8 over what? How many 8 seeds have ever beaten a 1? Just a
One?
couple. Yeah,
Dallas, right? Or the 7th seed?
No, it's Dallas lost
Oh.
to
Warriors,
Golden
right?
State
Yeah,
when Baron Davis and Steven Jackson,
Yeah.
Monte Ellis, all those guys.
they have a decent.
I think
chance
that was
as
the
an
only
8.
one.
Yeah,
No, that's probably. Yeah. I don't see the Pelicans or Memphis. Portland's the best chance to upset the Lakers right there.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
Dallas
Yeah.
Clippers will be fun. But yeah, okay. So obviously, let's see who do you have? No odds if you're picking a team.
No odds if I'm picking the
Who
team.
do you think's going? So you got Boston versus what?
Man, I like if Bogdanovich didn't go out. I like the Jazz as an underdog. But if I want to pick a winner, I'm going to pick the Clippers.
You're taking all my picks.
You guys are the same.
Well,
Boston Clippers. Lock it in.
I love the coaching and Kawhi. Man, Kawhi just made me a huge fan after last year's performance. And shout out to Pete for picking Kawhi. I never would have picked Kawhi on a 2K game.
The claw, dude.
But yeah, I
They're
think
deep.
They're deep. They're deep for one. For two, their coaching is awesome, and all this rest time is going to be huge for Kawhi.
I swear, if they come back after this, and like Game 3 is in, and the Kawhi sits for load management,
Oh my gosh, I'll lose my mind.
it doesn't make sense. Load management.
Load management.
Like, do you got to poop? You manage your loads?
Paul Pierce.
Get out of here.
Gotta get out of half game.
Get out of here with the load. You have paid millions of dollars. Load management this. I'm going to call my next
With
time
8 games left.
Yeah.
I'm going to next time if I take leave, I'm going to just put, when you request, you put the notes there and put load management.
Oh man.
See what he says.
My fingers are wearing out typing on the keyboard.
Load management. I can't do this anymore. It's load management. All right. So you got Boston and what is it? Clippers?
Clippers.
You're
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
same.
I got the Clippers. And even aside from Kawhi, like you didn't even like
Paul
Paul
George.
George.
I don't
is a
like Paul
beast.
George.
Yeah.
He's
Shout
an
out
animal,
Palmdale.
though.
And then on top of that, they have Pat Bev.
Yeah, beast.
I can't
Beast.
stand
I
that.
love Patrick Beverly.
So all
He
3
would
of
be-
those guys are like lockdown defenders.
Yeah.
So,
He's Pat Beverly's the guy you want on your team.
yeah.
You don't want to play. Like, he's
He's
annoying.
like the
you don't want to play
6
against
foot
him.
Draymond Green.
No, you don't want to play against him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a good.
he's
It's a
a little
good.
Draymond.
Good
No, even
example.
there's guys when pick up ball when you're like, please just I pick you just because you don't want to play against them.
That's me.
They have Montrezl Harrell inside. Who's been a
Yeah,
beast.
he's good.
And then they have Zubac, who's like a decent center.
He's underrated.
backup.
Yeah, he's
not
underrated.
bad.
Solid role player, I guess.
Yeah, and then on top of that, they have Lou Williams, who's like 20 points a game.
How old is Lou Williams?
He's in his mid 30s. I feel like he's been 6 man like 9
I feel like
times.
he's 40. And it's crazy to me, like, you know,
34,
growing
I
up when they're telling you how to shoot and stuff. They're like, go straight up. This dude floats sideways on no matter what he's doing.
Even if he's
I'm
wide
surprised
open.
if he's a free throws, he doesn't float.
It goes in though.
It goes in every time. It's nuts. I'm like, no way that goes in. Yep, splash.
Yeah.
He's 33.
Sweet Lou. I remember playing with that fool in 2K. This was like 10. It was when we lived at
He's been in the league since 2005.
15th
2005.
year?
He's only 33. He came in the league.
Why is
18?
Maybe he just balled out. But I remember playing, using him on 2K and drinking and playing. And every time he shot, I'd yell Lucifer, and he would just destroy Pete, destroy. So you guys got Boston Clippers. That's based on no
And
odds.
they got Doc Rivers.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm boring. I'm taking Lakers and Bucks. So
Why you like the Lakers?
Yeah. Why do you like the Lakers?
because they have the best player, the best.
Don't say of all time.
I already told you the argument.
Currently,
I have the.
Currently, yes.
They
I
have the
like that
best,
answer.
like currently, Davis and LeBron are the best 2 players tandem right now, for sure. Tell me I'm wrong.
yeah. probably.
I can get down
Like,
with that.
like
I can get down
Kawhi
with
and George, they're good. Like I could see them losing to the Clippers, but just for my money, the way they're constructed, I mean, the way they're playing. LeBron, he gets a lot of heat for not leading his. He went to the finals 9 straight years. Last year he got hurt. They were a 2 or 3 seed when he got hurt. So until he's healthy and loses and doesn't get to the pinnacle, I'm not saying he's going to win the whole thing.
You're not worried about Kawhi on him at all if they play?
No, I watched the it's kind of foggy now. The Christmas Day game.
Oh,
I
that's right.
thought
They did.
it was a really good game, and then the ending was just something happened where somebody stepped out of bounds, or there's a critical moment in the game where it went against the Lakers.
that first game. Kawhi destroyed him.
Yeah, I don't put too much stock in the regular season. We'll see. I could definitely see the Clippers winning, but if I had to pick a team for my money, I'm taking Milwaukee versus Lakers. It's kind of the rest didn't hurt LeBron. The rest is huge. Like I don't think his body's gonna be as run down. Davis is an animal.
He's the
I
person
don't-
I'd be worried about.
like,
Not LeBron.
I know Harrell's good and Zubac and all that, but I don't know how
Yeah, Davis.
once playoff starts that.
He's so fragile, dude.
Don't forget about Alex Caruso. Someone's got to go.
Headband.
One poster. That's all. I
Yeah,
know.
he'll have a poster. But
Yeah.
But he can't pump up the crowd though.
He'll
That's
pump
a
me
weird
up.
thing.
I'll be watching him. He'll pump me up. Make me think I can dunk again.
What's cool? I wonder if they're going
Gives
to
all
play
of us
the dunk again. What do you mean? You just slamming on fools lately?
try to
You know.
slip that in there.
He knows.
No one noticed.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I
he's
did try
right.
to slide it in there.
So I got Lakers, Milwaukee. If I had a sleeper team, I'll go first. If I had to pick, I'm not going to say Houston. I know that's kind of my team. I love Westbrook. Mm-hmm. Out of the West, there's not many. Portland's obviously they're 210-1. I don't understand how.
I would
if they beat the Lakers, which they could even. The West is tough.
It is.
Like I don't think Dallas could beat the Lakers. I don't think OKC would beat the Lakers. Utah, I don't think can. Denver's interesting. And that's another thing. Like I don't think if the seeds hold as they are, Lakers would play probably Utah or OKC. in the second round, where the Clippers would have to play Denver, and I think that would be a longer series.
Yeah.
Where the Lakers would get, not to say Utah can't win a game or two. I don't see them beat them in a 7-game series. So
No, I agree.
I think Lakers would be fresher when it gets to the Western Conference Finals. If I had to pick a team, probably Denver. Portland, I'm definitely going to put $5 on at least at 210 to 1. Put a dollar on them, whatever, $210. But if I had to if I was betting a little bit more, I'd probably say Denver. They're 25 to 1 to win the whole thing. They're so team oriented. There's not Jokic is obviously a big part of it, facilitating, scoring, all that. But they have a bunch of role players like Jamal Murray, Will Barton.
Yeah.
They get some weird guys I've never even heard of.
Gary Harris is.
He's good.
They have. You
Monte
already said
Morris.
Millsap.
Monte
obviously.
Morris. Is he there?
Yeah, remember the name.
Remember the name? Yeah.
Monte Morris is a backup point guard.
Yeah. Mason Plumlee, decent backup.
Craig, is there a guy named Craig on there?
Torrey Craig, yeah. They're decent.
Or Beasley, Malik Beasley,
Malik Beasley. I thought he got
or
traded.
did he get traded?
He's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching. He was balling.
He was
a
good. He was a good player.
Wow. So yeah, I would take Denver as a sleeper at
So who-
25. So I have Lakers and Bucks. If I had to bet, I would take Boston, and Denver. That's my sleeper.
Boston did.
So both three
Thunder's
seeds. I
not
guess.
a bad bet either. They're 100 to 1. Thunder as a 4 seed.
I'd rather
not too
take
bad.
Portland still. 210.
Yeah.
That's the craziest one because if they beat the Lakers, well, I mean, obviously they could beat we've seen them beat everybody
Yeah.
with Lillard and
Yeah, I was hoping they'd do like a 1-game single elimination tournament. So much better. You can
That's-
have upsets.
we're going to talk about.
That's the problem. Is there'd be a huge asterisk on that.
Yeah, that's why the odds
No,
are so
'cause
crazy in here because you can have like March Madness. Everybody said as a 1 would never beat a 16, and then it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the NBA, you play 7 games.
Yeah, it's
you
not-
can't do that. You're
Right.
not going to win 4 out of 7.
I think a 3-game series would be cool because then if the underdog steals one,
Yeah,
just one of the first 2, then you're live. Especially, it's interesting with this no home court thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Even
true.
though I don't think it really in a 7-game series, I don't think it's going to sway it too much. Like the best team will probably win in a 7-game. If it was a 3-game, one game would have been the best. That going back to they're starting in July, and they're ending in October, which that's when the season usually starts in October.
Yeah,
And what I saw was they're going to start the new season in December.
they should do that every year.
That's what I was about to say. December to July is when they're talking about it,
Yeah,
and that makes 100% more sense.
they did that during
They should have done that
like
now.
the lockout year or whatever, and they played 50 games. So
Yeah.
much better.
They should
the
have-
games mean twice as much.
and they don't have to go up against football as long. They're only and for the fans, football ends in. I mean, we get longer basketball, so there's less of a gap between the end of the NBA season and the start of football. There's only a month difference. So I think they should have done long. Are they shorting
hope they do
next
that.
season?
If they start in December, I would think so. But
No, I think they're extending the end of the season to
Next
July,
year?
to July instead. But then I don't know, like summer league and all that. Who knows? I'm sure we'll get more stuff on that. The layoffs will be interesting. Do you think any teams are? What's the old? Is there any old teams?
what do you mean old?
Like
Age-wise?
yeah. Like it seems like there's a lot of younger. Everybody's
Lakers.
young. That's the older teams.
The Lakers are probably one of the older teams in the league.
So like the layoff. That's what I was thinking. The layoff's going to benefit them
Yeah.
More than
you'd
anybody?
think, yeah.
just because or could it hurt them?
That's
they're
the
old.
thing, right? Can they get back to game shape,
For me,
game speed?
I know obviously I'm not an NBA athlete, but if I sit out a while and I start playing, my knees are a problem. But they're probably working out every day.
Yeah.
I haven't done nothing.
Yeah, they have till July 30.
They
have
got a
2
month and a
months
half, I guess, to get ready.
Yeah,
Makes sense. Can they?
They're
Are they
fine.
Yeah.
Most of them started practice already, so
the teams that were like have been together previously will benefit more because it won't take them as long to get the chemistry back. But the teams that were still trying to develop that and then had to sit out for 3 months, they're going to have a harder time.
yeah.
All right. Lakers, Bucks for me, Boston, and Clippers for you guys, and then what do you think they do with summer league? Obviously, didn't happen. The draft moved way back. The draft's going to be weird
Yeah.
because they're going to draft them and then they're like starting.
Yeah.
The draft is in October, I think. Now they moved it to October.
That is weird.
The lottery's in August, and then I think they said the draft was in October, and then they start again in December. So you're going to find out who's on your team a month and a half prior to no training camp, or no, there's training camp, but no summer league. To unsigned free agents aren't going to get that chance to show their skills at summer league.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it sucks. Summer league's like
And then the
best
lottery.
of it.
The lottery is going to be weird.
I don't know.
'Cause they're
Anthony
doing
Edwards
it
is
before-
going one, I know that.
Edwards?
Yeah.
No, Obi Toppin?
No LaMelo
Wait, what-
Ball.
LaMelo?
He's up there, but
He
I'm
is
taking
up
Edwards. I
there.
would take Edwards one.
Yeah, I'm not
Easy.
disagreeing. Edwards is an
He'd
animal.
probably be one. Wiseman too, but
Edwards, the new Greg Oden.
no, he's a forward.
He's like a 6'7" forward.
Warriors don't really need a forward, but I wouldn't pass on him. I think he's going to be.
You think he's
star.
generational talent?
Anything with the rumors to Giannis going to Milwaukee or Golden State? I saw they would have to give up their. They said they'll have to give up Klay Thompson, the first round pick, and something else. I don't.
I don't
remember.
see them doing that.
I don't. They can't both break up the Splash Brothers.
You can't. It's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah,
Klay might. I don't think. I don't know. Who knows? It'll be interesting.
Money talks, though. I mean, who knows?
Anything else? NBA related?
NBA related.
Basketball? Hoop Fest?
Hoop
We'll
Fest.
do a whole podcast on Hoop Fest. We should do a live one from Hoop Fest
Yeah.
if it happens.
That'd be good.
it should. End of August. I think it will.
You think it's gonna go off?
Yeah,
Stage 4. I was reading the comments. I was dying.
they're already opening They barely closed anything up there. So
True. All right. Well, that's it.